Hello, welcome. In this video, we talk about how to set up our school system, the basic school management solution we have. Okay, so the system is already installed here. So usually that will be done, the setup and everything, the installation will be done by our team. So you usually not have to worry about that. So basically, after installation, this is the interface. So this is the login prompt. Okay, so basically you come here. I'm going to use an account, some default account I have. Okay, so you have these user types already in the system. We have the administrative user, we have the account officer because there's an accounting aspect, and there is the teacher and a supervisor, someone who has access virtually over everything, of everything. So let's start with that. Okay, so as an administrator, so the goal of this video is to set up the system. You just you just got the system installed and you need to set up your information in the system. So as you can see, we have a menu for accounts, administration, search, student related records. Then we have reports and the help. So from the help section, you can always find the tutorials there. There's what do you call it, tutorials on how to do anything in the system. Okay, so let's go straight to our purpose. We need to set up the system. We start by providing the school information, our school information, the school that is using the system. Okay, so here that's under administration. You select add school information. So this school could be something like Royal Kids, something. Then the telephone number, this number will be on the report cards and stuff. So you decide. So let's see, let's use our number here, something like this. This fax is not, you can provide it if you use it, but if not, you just can put some asterisks in there. Then this, the general email people reach out to the school with. So the email of the school. So let's say Royal Kids at yahoo.com, something like that. Then this is the physical address of the school. Basically, you provide a landmark, where a set of landmarks to reach the school, or you can type the post office address if that's what works for you. So let's say in my case, I could use something like our office location, housing down. Mm, uh, maybe okay, something like opposite station, identity, housing down station. Okay, that should be fine. And then in a place all identa, something like that. Okay, so this all the information you need to provide for about the school, right? We are done. So this successfully set. Okay, so now if I try to do the same thing, I'm told that this has been done already. So I should rather use the edit form. Okay, so I can come to the edit if I need to change any information about this. Come to the edit tables here and select edit school information. Then I get the opportunity to make changes here. Okay, so that's the first part, providing the school information. The next part is usually a school is made of classes, whether remote or virtual. What do you call it? Whether remote or in person, physical. So let's see. So usually after adding the school information, you want to tell us the classes we have in the school. So that you use the add class form. Uh, you add class submenu here. So basically, just the name of a class. It could this some people call grades and all of that. So basically, this If you use grades, you can start with, you can do something like grade one. Uh, okay, so let's go with grade. So let's we have grade one, we have grade two. Our school, let's say, let's go up to five. Okay, you're doing up to grade five, you can add more. Okay, so that's how to add the classes in the system, to the system basically, to tell the system that these are the classes we have now. Okay, so now every information we've added, we can find this kind of information, this information when you go to the search section, right? So let's say academics, let's go to search and say academics. Now, if I select classes and I display, you see that all the classes I've added are here. They are active classes in the system. Okay. So again, if I go there, I think I should see that this term information. Okay, the school information, you saw it with the edit form, so that's not important. That's not something to worry about. Okay, so now the next thing is, if the school is let's say a high school level, junior high school, senior high school, uh, then you may have things like courses, right? So you want to add your courses, and the subjects are usually under the courses. So you want to add courses and add the subjects under them. Okay. So, but in case you have a typical as we had here, the primary, the lower levels, usually subjects. So if you're dealing with the lower levels, you can jump the courses aspect and move straight to the subjects. Okay. So uh let's assume we are at the senior high levels, senior levels, senior high, junior high kind of levels. So let's bring up this form here to add a course, right? So you have add new course. Then in our case, we can have something like business administration as a course. In Ghana, we have something called general arts as a course. Then we have something like visual art. So I'll just add a few to make video shorter. Okay, so you get the idea. You can go on and add as many. If you make a mistake in this process, again, that's if you have the right, you can come to edit table and select to edit what, a course. So in that case, you see the courses here. So you select the one you made mistake, then you type in what you want to replace with, and that should be fine. Okay, so at this stage we've added our courses. So the next one is to add the subjects under the courses. So you're asking, I think the question you may have at this level is, if you are doing the basic, is the basic school, uh, the primary, those lower levels where you don't have courses, will you just add the subject straight ahead, as I said earlier, or you have to do something? Okay, so in that case, if you're doing those lower levels, if your school is that lower level, you can add one subject called general subjects, or general, you can give it any name you want, then you put the subjects under it. It's okay. So they apply to every class you want to apply to. So that's how that goes. So for now, let's see how to add a subject. So you just have, this is the reason why I had to explain this. So you have a subject. The subject must usually be under a course in the system. So you can just have one course here, which could be whatever name you want, and in your case, you just put in the subjects. Okay, so let's say something like mathematics, and even that one, it could be core or elective, all of that. So let's say core mathematics. Let's say it's a subject you want to put under business administration. Okay. So let's say, uh, yeah, we say elective mathematics. It could be advanced mathematics, whatever you have. Okay. So I can put something like accounting two under, what do you call it? Math, under business administration. So you get the idea. Uh, let's say can have literature and something like general art. Okay, so that's a simple process of adding, what do you call it, subjects. And you have here again, if you made a mistake, you could do the edit, come into the edit section here to select to edit a subject here. Then obviously all the subjects in the system will come. You can edit the name and all of that. Okay, so up to this point, we are setting up we are in the process of setting up the system. We've done the school information, we've done the classes, we've done the courses and the subjects. Okay, so another thing we can add at this level is the grading system. So the kind of grades we have, because the system, uh, in order to generate the terminal reports, use this information. You don't manually add remarks. You don't manually type in the grades. The system does all of that for you. So in order to do that, it needs that information as to what makes a good grade, what makes whatever grade. Okay, so uh, okay, before we even get there, okay, so let's go straight to that, the grades. So let's see grade setup. So we can basically let's start from the top. Let's say in our case we have A, it could be A plus whatever. Let's say we have A and the the lower mark for A in our case, let's say 70. Then the highest mark is 100. Then the remark, let's say, is excellent. Okay, so that's for grade A, and the system is going to use this. Let's say grade B. Let's say the highest for grade B is 69.9, something like that. Then let's say the highest. Okay, so this will be the highest. This will be the highest for this one. Then the lowest, let's say B is between, for our test case, let's say it's between 60 and 69. So this is B, and in our case it says very good. Then we can have another grade, let's say C. Then in this case we could say it's 50 to 59.9, and in the remark for that one we want to say should give it like good. Okay, so you can go on, you get the idea. You can set up all the grades you have, the way you grade your students and with their remarks, so that the system will use that information when it is generating terminal reports for you. So that's about the grades. Now the next thing we want to look at is terms. So these could be semester, it could be terms, whatever, but the word we use in the system for it is a term. So in a typical, let's say, Ghanaian system, you have like first term, second term, third term for schools. So you want to tell the system, okay, this is a typical Ghanaian system. If it's not, then whichever system you have. So you come to new term, and these things we are doing, all these setups we are doing, we do them once. So let's say in this our case, we have something like first term, We could use uh, a position. Let me use the words. Okay, so first term, then let's say you have second term, then there is third term, right? Okay, so this information you're giving the system as to how uh, your school works, like the the schedules you have in there, uh, how the academic year is divided, basically. That's what I mean. Okay, so now we have the classes, the fees. We're not talking about it because that will go into the accounting setup. Here we're looking at the academic setup. So course, term, the job titles will go elsewhere. So we are looking at the typical accounting academic setup. So the staff, the fee, so great. Then let's see. So now, okay, so these are other things. Okay, so we've done this. Okay, so for a fresh setup, you know start a new academic year is a command to actually close the existing academic year and start a new one. Then start a new term two is a command to start a new term. Okay, so you're not doing that, so you go in here, you come in here and you have teacher to class. Okay, so this is a situation where the typical lower level kind of what do you call it, when you are dealing with the lower levels like the primary schools, so you want to say this teacher handles this class, so you are assigning a teacher to a class. Okay, so in that case you have to select the staff ID of the teacher, then this information will be displayed and you just assign. Okay, so we don't have that. So for some, this is not always necessary, but for the lower levels it's necessary where a teacher handles a class. So in that kind of situation it's necessary. Other than that it's not. Okay, then you have a teacher to a subject. So in the high schools, senior junior high schools, usually you have a teacher teaching a subject. So again you want to select the teacher and say this teacher is responsible for this subject, this teacher is responsible for that subject. So that's the setup you're doing at this level. So to make these real, let's start. Okay, so we basically the version I'm using as has not been updated, so we have something in here. So basically this is a form to add a teacher, so you provide all this information. Then the job title, okay, this could be coming from this. You have to add the job titles. The job titles to are added from somewhere. So let's say here we had a new job title. Let's just add job titles like teacher. Let's say accountant. Okay. So now let's go back to this form. Add new stuff. Okay, so that error goes away, but obviously this not updated, so it shouldn't have even come in the first place in the updated versions. Okay, so uh, basically let's say we have something like that as someone's name. This person will be a male. The phone number, these ones are not there. It's good to have them so that when there's an issue you can reach out to the person. Okay, so let's say in this day and age, these things are usually not different. So this person is a teacher, can be a teacher, accountant, whatever we selected there. Then their email, let's say Let's say something like this. Then their social security number. Obviously, I'm not going to put a real social security number in here. Okay, so their ID is generated, their staff ID is generated here. Okay, so as soon as we save them, the account will go with this ID, this code here. Okay, so let's have this new stuff in there. Then we can go back to what we were doing previously, where we are trying to assign a teacher to a class. So we can, so here, as you see, you select the teacher, then you select which grade you want to assign them to. Let's say this one we want to assign to grade 1. This detail pops up just for you to be sure that the ID matches. I mean, you are dealing with this person. This ID you selected is for this individual, and this is their job title. Okay, so do this. Okay, again, so you repeat this for all the teachers in the system if you are doing the lower level. Okay, so you can also do teacher to subject if you are doing the higher levels, where for instance you can select this teacher and say, okay, this teacher is responsible for elective, and you may have more teachers, which virtually, you get the idea. If you have more teachers, you just repeat the same process. Okay, so this is the setup, the academic setup of the system. Basically, setting the system up first time for usage. This is all the information you need on the academic side. The next video concentrate on the accounting side of things, the setup on the accounting level. Then we can talk about other aspects of the system in subsequent videos. Thank you.